All right, everybody, it's a new week. We are so close. I mean, every week I say that, but every week we are getting closer and closer. So let's go inside. Who knows what's going on this week? I mean, there's lots of little details that we still need to do. We need to paint this porch floor. We need to touch up the porch. We've got a little bit of trim to do on the stairs. You never know what's gonna happen. So at this point, we're just working down a checklist, and whatever we feel like doing, we knock it out, because the list is long, but it's getting shorter by the day. Okay, so in the whole project, I made like 3 backtracks. One was to not leave the brick exposed in the kitchen. It was absolutely the right thing to do. The second one was after we got the mantle in Mrs. Hyatt's parlor stained, it wasn't its best. So we painted that. We made one other decision, and it might surprise you because we put a lot of effort into it, but once again, I think it's the right call. Let me show you what we did. We decided that the wooden room just wasn't doing it. It wasn't up to par with the rest of the house. So we have covered the wooden walls back up. It's all still back there. That ceiling's still back there. But we just felt like it would be better to cover it up. So we hung sheetrock. Now we're getting ready to do, well, we're doing the tape right now, and then we're gonna mud it. I think it was the right thing to do. It was dark. The wood wasn't what I wanted. Especially after we stained it and painted it, or stained it and sealed it. It wasn't what we wanted. And then I look in here, and you remember this room had wooden walls too, and it's just so clean and fresh. It's not clean. There's dirt, there's stuff everywhere, but so we're gonna do the sheetrock in the wooden room. Stay tuned to see how it turns out. Good morning. It's another early morning at the Hyatt house. Look at this porch. I mean, there's been junk on this porch for at least a year and a half, probably closer to 2 years. It's huge. It's so long. We've got ceiling fans. We're soon to have some rocking chairs out here. I wish I had a porch like this. We can see our awesome driveway is looking good. And if you see Mr. Lowe's over here, he is bringing us some fencing. We're gonna fence in part of the backyard. We're not gonna do this side over here, because y'all know how I love this brick building. So we're not gonna fence in that side. We're gonna fence in the other side. So early morning, early delivery, another busy day at the Hyatt house. All kind of stuff happening today. We're getting a new gas meter and getting our gas turned on, hopefully. Travis, you guys remember Travis and them from way back in the beginning, our brick mason. He is here, and he is closing in the gaps in our underpinning, leaving a little bit open for doors, but he's used that, all that old brick that's been in the backyard for so long. There was a big gap down here where somebody had busted it out under the porch. So we're getting that filled in. It's a good day. Porch floor has its first coat of a deck stain. There's a, Sherwin-Williams has a deck stain that I like to use, and they can do any Sherwin-Williams color. So you saw us get our fence stuff this morning. We're getting a coat on the steps. It's coming along. Good morning, everybody. It is very windy today. They're flying the white flag over at the estuarium that tells boaters that it's windy. They don't need a flag to tell them today. Hey, I've been so busy. We have been doing all the little details, the touch-up paint, the window hardware, things like that. But let's see if you can see this right here. We are doing some landscaping. Okay, that doesn't work. I'm just gonna turn the camera around. So we are doing some landscaping. We cleaned out this flower bed and just went and picked up 9 roses to go in the front. I'll go down there and show them to you. They're mostly white, but they've just got the tiniest bit of pink in the middle, which is so pretty. I think let's see, can you see that? So pretty. I think the color is going to be great with the house. I don't know that you guys saw this last little step. We ended up adding that on because once we got the driveway in, the grade was lower than we thought. So we added this one step. We still got to paint the deck of that. We added all of this extra wood on the side to frame out the side of the steps and got those painted. And then you can see we're doing flower beds around. We took one of our big pieces of granite that we found when we dug up the driveway, and all the ones that we're finding we're putting under our hose bibs so that hopefully you don't get a muddy mess there. The winds have already gotten this one, but we found some camellias that we're gonna plant through here to screen our air conditioning unit. All this is gonna be flower beds, flower beds. Landscaping is not my forte, but we're doing what we can. And then in the back of the house, we also have 2 flower beds, one here and one on the other side. We are not gonna plant anything in these. Obviously we have our magnolia tree in this one. We're not gonna plant anything in these because we are gonna leave a blank canvas for whoever buys the house can make this their own. Here's something else I haven't shown you. Do you remember that there was a ton of brick and rock here? So we used all of the brick to fill in all of our underpinning wherever it was missing. So you can see there's that old column. All of that is new. All of this is new. So we have bricked, skirted all the way around the house. And then what's left of the rocks are nicely stacked back there in a little rock pile. So whoever buys the house can use those rocks for whatever they want, for landscaping or whatever. Today's cold and it's another day of little things. And the little thing that we're getting ready to do today is build a fence. We have a nice little fence. Well, we don't. Our neighbors have a nice fence on the back of the property. We're gonna tie into that and run all the way down here and then tie in right here on the corner of the house. So we are moving all this old lumber out of the way and we're gonna start building a fence on this cold and windy day. So, fence update, we dug all the holes all the way down and the posts are sitting there, and now we are starting to set the posts with concrete. Obviously they are not in place right now because they're all crooked, but that's just temporary. I cannot wait until all of this junk right here is gone. There is a method to all the madness. There's stuff that's going to my house, stuff that's being scrapped, stuff that's being given away, and then a collection of garbage cans. All right, as you can see, all the posts are in, and we are bringing the first and second fence panel. So we're gonna pop those up, cut these poles to the right height, posts to the right height, and then we'll have a fence. All right, so the fence is all done. We've got to take that one panel back. Nice little fence. We've got a little 4-foot gate here that is nice. So you can see what's happening. You can see our garbage truck coming. You saw all of our landscaping that we did in the backyard. So next, our goal is to clean this yard up, get rid of all the garbage that's here. I've got to do a little painting. We had to build this pipe cover for under the water heater. I'm going to paint that today. We're really, 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 really close, y'all. Really close. Good morning, y'all. It is a cold day. I wanted to show you what we're doing today. We are getting rid of all the last of the junk in the backyard. So some of it's already gone back to Lowe's this morning. Some of it's going to my house. Some of it's going to storage. Some of it is going to the dump. A lot of it is going to the dump, actually. We're down to not very much left of our wood pile. We got the fence done. You saw that earlier in the week. So our goal is to get this backyard cleaned up today. All right, y'all, the backyard is all cleaned up. The fence is built All the paint is touched up. Flower beds are done. In fact, the whole house is done and we're going on the market. So we're gonna walk through, turn off all the lights, lock all the doors, and wait for the buyers. One last quick look. Make sure everything's perfect. The house has been cleaned and we are ready to go. All right, that's a wrap on a little midweek video. I was too excited for you guys to wait till next week. So I'm dropping this one midweek. Stay tuned. This weekend, we are gonna have a before and after. So I wanted you to see photos side by side of what it looked like when we started and 15 months later, what it looks like when we're finished. So come back soon and see what has happened at the Hyatt house.